Welcome to another tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to make the front gathered turban with the backdrop effect. My name is DoliveB of DoliveB Krafties. So these are the basic items we need for this tutorial. I'm using the mesh net fabric. This is the mesh net fabric. This is how it looks like. Okay, I have my measuring tape, office pins, chalk to mark, thread, needle, and my scissors. This is 1 yard of mesh net. Let me show you how the mesh net fabric looks like. It's like nets. Like this side of it stretches a little, while this side doesn't stretch at all. Now I've cut out what I need to make the body of my turban, and the measurement is 30 inches by 25 inches. This 30 inches is the head circumference part, and this extra length is required so that this turban will drop at the back. Then the length depends on you. Mine is 25 inches. You can make it up to 30 inches if you want it to be really full at the back. And I have the band 22 inches and a half by 4 inches. 22 inches and a half by 4 inches. The reason why I added the half an inch is because this material is not that stretchy. It stretches but not that stretchy. Okay, so that's why I added a half an inch allowance. So you can decide to work with any fabric of choice. If your fabric is very stretchy, you can make it the exact measurement of your head. This is my head circumference part. So my head circumference is 22 inches, that's why I added the half inch. I'm going to make some marks. Okay, I'll first of all leave about 1 inch for us to have a space for us to sew it. So I'll be doing 2 inches. I'll mark 2 inches like that, 2 inches, 2 inches like that, 2 inches like that. And don't know if you can see the marks because of the color of the chalk I'm using, but I just make some marks, 2 inches like that, all the way down. Okay, I stop right there. I come to this side and make the same mark so that it will be easier for us to sew on a straight line. I first of all leave an allowance of 1 inch for us to have that space to join the band and the body together. Then I mark 2 inches. 2 inches. If you want to make yours 1 inch, you can make it 1 inch. You can make it 1.5 inches or even 3 inches if you want your pleats, space in between your pleats to be wider. So I just mark it like that. Like that all the way down. Okay, so this is what I've done. I hope you can see my marks. I'm going to be picking each of this. I will skip this line and pick this one. Pick it like this, like this. Can you see? And I'm going to sew from this point to this point, okay, by 1/4 inch. I'm going to sew it by 1/4 inch. This is 1 inch, half an inch, and this is 1/4 inch. So I just put my measuring tape like that and stitch from this point to this point. After doing that, I move to the next line, the next mark. Can you see? I pick the next line and I'm going to sew like that too, from this point to this end. I move on to the next one. I'm going to pick like that and I'm going to sew from this end to this other end. I'm going to do that till I get to the end of the fabric. Now, as you can see, I've sewn my pleats like that. So it's time for us to join the band to the body of the turban. Okay, so I'm going to fold this into 2 to get the midpoint. I notch to get the midpoint. So this is the middle of the body of our turban, and for the band I fold it into 2 as well. Okay, and I notch here and here to get the midpoint. Remember, we're going to be folding this into 2, so that's why I notch on those 2 points. So I'm going to fold it like this. This is the wrong side of the fabric. I fold it like this. Okay, and this is the right side of the body of the turban. I'm going to be placing this way, middle to middle, and I use my office pins to hold them down. like this. So I'm going to take it to my sewing machine now and sew from here. I sew from here this way to this point. Okay, I sew from here to here. Now I've joined the band to the body of the turban, and the total length I have from here to here is 18 inches. If you want to make yours lesser, please reduce the length of yours. To make yours more, increase it. Okay, the next step is for us to fold it this way, and we're going to sew. Edge circumference is 22 inches, so I added half an inch seam allowance. So I'm going to use that half an inch to sew this. So I'll sew from here this way, like that, all the way down. I come to this side and I sew from here as well, all the way down. Alright, as you can see, I've sewn it from here, that's from the band area, this way, this way, this way, and I end it right here. Okay, so this is going to be the back of the turban. Okay, and this is going to be the front of the turban. I've turned the turban inside out, and this is what I have. The wrong side is in now. So this is the back of the turban, and this is the front of the turban. So I'm going to be sewing loose stitches, but there's a way I'll do it. I'll put my needle from inside here. I bring it out from here. Okay, then I take it back the next hole. I'm going to take it back through the next hole. This is where this is coming out from. I take it back through the very space beside it, like that. Make sure you are doing that on the middle, that's on the front part of the turban. I'm going to bring the needle out from the next line. Remember, we have some lines here. I bring that from the next line, like this. Okay, so I'm going to take it back to the next hole there and bring it out from the next line. Can you see? This is where it came out from here. I took it through the next available hole beside it, then I brought it out from the next line, like that. Make sure you are doing this on the middle, that's on the center front of the turban. As I'm going to sew through like that till I get to the front, I take it to the next available hole, then I bring it out from the next line, like this. I continue like that. Make sure you are doing this on the center front. I continue like that. Continue like that till I get to the front. Okay, I've gotten here and I'm going to bring it out the last line, which is where the band is joined, and I'm going to pull. I pull gently to form gathers. Can you see? So after forming my gathers, I'm going to take the needle and thread through to tack it, to secure it properly. Make sure that the gathers is well formed. Can you see? Make sure it is well pleated right there. You're doing this with your fingers, then you take it through from under like this, and then tack through. Can you see? Make sure it is well gathered. So I'm going to tack it through properly like that, like this. So I'm going to end it right here. So, and that is that for the front part. Now I'm going to sew loose stitches on the back. So I turn it back, turn the cap to the wrong side. So on the back side, which is from here, Remember this extension right here. You're going to sew loose stitches from here to here, not from the band area, not from here. It is from here to here. So I just sew my loose stitches like that. Sew loose stitches like that. I pull it to form gathers, and I'm going to secure my gathers, and I take my needle and thread back for me to secure it properly.